here? Hello,
Yes, hi.
Michelle. Yeah.
Hi, Mandy.
Hey, how are
What happened to
you?
your voice? What's
Good.
that?
Um, I
It's
have
robotic.
dry cough. Ah,
Can you hear
hello.
it, Mandy? It sounds like
So
chipmunk.
cute.
Uh, I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
Okay.
Can I just change from my laptop going to my mobile phone?
I said, yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So I will talk about. Don't forget tomorrow. We still have IFNG podcast, and it's about it's spooky night. So we don't want to talk about here,
Mm.
but just only to give you an idea that please come and join us.
Do I have to wear my Halloween costume? It's not ready yet.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys
Okay.
celebrate Halloween in the Philippines or in the UAE?
Now because everything is very open, even in here in the UAE, like when I talk with my local boss, because his kids is now attending with the Halloween costume, which is not really a typical tradition here because they are Muslim. So
Mm.
it's something
So
new,
do you
but
think it's like an adopted holiday? Like some
yeah.
people, I just was talking with a different student that they adopted the tradition of when you lose a tooth that you put it under your pillow for the tooth
Yeah.
fairy.
For the
So,
Philippines, not much, but we celebrated it in different way. It's more
mm,
on to value or appreciate or reminisce your loved ones who already passed away.
exactly. Yeah. So I think in Mexico they have Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. They have Tomb Sweeping Day. In China, they have lots of different ways to remember. But yeah,
But
we just
now,
get a lot of candy.
yeah, but now,
Here we go.
Halloween parties are in the club or even at school. Yeah. Hi, Michelle, are you back?
Hi, can you hear me
Oh,
Yeah,
better now?
perfect.
whoa!
Okay.
That's such a change.
I'm sorry.
He
Seems like
sounds
Okay,
my
like
Mandy.
sister, yeah, she borrowed my laptop earlier and seems like she's changed the settings.
oh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh
Sorry.
wow. I wonder if she did it as a joke on you.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I know we have to finish wrap up soon. So, Michelle, how did your parents teach you to choose friends?
They basically taught me to choose friends based on interest. Initially, that's how they did it. But as I mature, it kind of became more complicated because having the same interest and skills doesn't really mean that you could be close. Like you could get closer just by that. So right now, I choose my friends based on their values and not what from what they have taught us in me initially, actually.
Good. And how do you save a mobile number in your phone?
Well, just the basic. I would type in their mobile number straight to my phone and then name them. Um, I don't think I have a special way to do it.
Good. And do you change your mobile number frequently?
No, the one that I'm actually using right now has been with me for the last 9 years. I don't want to change my phone number because I want to keep contact with even my old friends, and there are certain uses for the mobile number as well, such as for sending or receiving your like one-time verification code for your transactions. So I guess changing from one number to another is a hassle.
Good. It's a hassle. You're right. All right, we're going to move on to part two. And I
Mhm.
think I already put it into the chat box, but Jeff is going to put it up on the screen for you. Can you see it okay?
Let me just open the chat box. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I can see it now.
All right. So this is describe a water activity you enjoyed or have been to. You should say what the water activity is, where was it, how do you do this water activity, and who do you enjoy this water activity with? And you can have a minute to prepare now. Okay, so that is 1 minute, and you
Mm.
can begin your answer.
I'm not actually a person that has a several skill set when it comes to water activities, but one activity that I enjoyed the most before the pandemic was actually surfing. Um, my friends and I went to La Union. It was my first time there, and the place is actually a very popular surfing destination here in the Philippines. So, of course, I don't have any choice but to try it with them as well. So, we pretty much learned the basics. We hired an instructor together with the surfboard. They first taught us by the beach, just the basic to paddle and some safety instructions. And because of my poor balance, I wasn't able to perform really well compared to my other friends. So I wasn't able to stand up on the surfboard. But yeah, that's one of my fondest memory before pandemic. I really wish to do it again with them, but suddenly I wasn't able to even visit the beach right after that. And yeah, I wish I could stand on the surfboard once I get to try it again with them.
Good, excellent. All right, we'll jump on to part 3. So that's about 32 seconds left. All right, and then what do old people like to drink?
Well, it would really depend. The old, the oldest person that comes to my mind would be my grandmother. She likes to drink tea, especially during the afternoon and the evening. Some elderly people loves to drink beer. It would truly depend, but yeah, those were the drinks that I see most of them are actually taking interest into.
And what must old people not drink?
Well, I think if you're an elderly and you have certain conditions already, it would be best not to drink any alcoholic or sugary beverages. Just to take care of your health, it would be best to just drink water itself to hydrate and replenish your fluids. Nothing less, nothing more for that one.
Okay. And how important is it for a country to protect bodies of water despite community or economic development?
When it comes to protecting our waters, our government actually has several projects when it comes to that already, but it would be best to preserve them so that the future generation get to enjoy them, and for the water creatures as well to be protected. In that way, they can still multiply, and those sea creatures that are open for consumption would still be available to other people.
Good. And that concludes the speaking portion of your test.
Mm.
How do
I'm
you
so
feel?
nervous.
Oh, it's okay. You just sound so much different now. It's hard to get past your little
I'm sorry.
sister's joke that she played, but no, you sound great. What do you think about? How do you feel about your answers or your performance? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I wasn't able to express myself that much. I would really like to talk more since I believe you're giving me time to like wrap up my statements and
Mhm.
to give like more constructive answers. But
Okay.
I am just really sleepy right now. I'm so
That's okay.
sorry.
I'm so sorry. Well, let's finish. We'll finish in the next 15 minutes so you can go to bed,
It's
and let's
okay.
just talk about it. So, how did your parents teach you to choose friends? You said they basically taught me to choose friends based on interest initially. But as I mature, so you can say as I have matured. So as I have matured, um, it kind of became more complicated because having the same interests and skills doesn't mean you could be close. So right now I choose my friends based on their values. So this was a lot of tenses right off the top. So they taught me, I have matured, and now I choose. So great job doing that. And so different words for choose are pick and choose, select, things like that. So try to use just a variety of vocabulary. How do you save a mobile number on your phone? This is a really odd question, but you did a good job with it. You said, well, just, basically I would just type in their mobile number straight to my phone and then name them. And I liked, you said, I don't think I have any special way of saving a number. So yeah, there you go.
Like I was thinking of another way, like if other people that I know has a different style or different way to do it, but I could not really think, so I
Yeah.
just base my answers on how I do it.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Usually when you base it on reality, that's when you're able to speak about it. But I mean, yeah, this is just it's an odd question, but yeah, it can come up. I mean, yeah, you could say maybe, I don't know, maybe other people do it differently, but this is how I've always done it. So,
Yeah.
and it works for me. So, um, and then do you change your mobile number frequently? You said no. The one that I'm using right now has been with me for the last 9 years, and I feel you, girl. I'm not changing my number for nobody. This is my number. It's
Yes,
associated. It's like
right.
part of your identity now, right? Although I don't know, you seem quite a bit younger. Nowadays, you guys don't have to even memorize numbers. We had to remember like 10 digits and be like, okay, that's her number. That's his number. But now I feel like if my kids didn't have their phone, they wouldn't know how to get in touch with me because they don't know my number. So you said, I don't want to change it because I want to keep contact with my old friends. So you want to keep in contact. So keep in contact with my old friends. You said, and there are certain uses for the mobile number, like, the one-time verification code. This is very true. You're right. And I liked how you ended it about it being a hassle. So if someone doesn't know what being a hassle is, what is something that's a hassle, Michelle?
Like inconvenient for
It's
you,
inconvenient, it's a bother,
time
it's
consuming.
annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like your sister changing your voice on there is such a hassle.
I'll wake her up for that.
You should. Just bring us all over top of her and we'll just talk to her. We can hassle her. So then something can be a hassle, so a noun, and you can hassle someone. So you can bother them. You said describe a water activity you have enjoyed or have been to. So this one, I know you already know that you need to extend it. So, and you already know about it. So you gave a good intro. You said, I'm not actually a person that has you said several skill set when it comes to water activities. So a better way to say that I'm not actually, a water person, meaning I don't have the skill set that is needed or the skill sets that are needed when it comes to water activities or water sports, things like that. You said, but however, or we can say however, one activity that I enjoyed the most before the pandemic was actually surfing. And you said the place, you talked about a trip that you went on with your friends, and you said the place was a surfing destination. Yeah, it's popular for surfing. So of course I had no choice. I had to try it. So you can tell me a little bit more about it. So tell me, how did you feel before surfing? So tell me right now, how did you feel? So before I got on that surfboard for the first time,
I felt nervous and it kind of felt awkward because all the trainers were guys, and I don't have a very good balance. So I am sure that I will be a mess once I'm out there. But my friends still insisted to. So yeah, I don't have a choice. I don't want to stay in the hotel and be alone. So I
yeah.
tried it.
Yeah, so you didn't have, so I
Yeah.
didn't have a choice, and I didn't want to stay in the hotel alone. It was a little bit awkward because all of the trainers were these strange men, and you know to put it bluntly, they had to put their hands on me to help me stand up. So
Right.
yeah, you can say that's a little bit awkward, and you can say maybe are you an introverted type of person? Are you
Yes.
not very outgoing, not very sporty? Or was this something that you would consider to be out of your comfort zone?
Yes.
So
Out of my comfort zone.
yeah, you can say, surfing was really out of my comfort zone, but my friends, they they twisted my arm. Have you ever heard of that? They twisted my
Yes.
arm. So like when you twist someone's arm, you can get them to do whatever you want.
Right.
So they twisted my arm, or they convinced me. You said we pretty much learned the basics. We hired an instructor, and they taught us by the beach to paddle and some basic safety instructions. You said, because of my poor balance, I wasn't. So this is a really great sentence structure change. So you didn't say, I have poor balance. So you said, because of my poor balance, this happened. As a result, due to this, this happened. So this is a great sentence structure that you have changed it up here. So I just commend you for that. So because of my poor balance, I wasn't, able to stand up. You said, but yeah. So don't say, but yeah, but you can say, looking, I know you're tired and we're just best friends now. So you can say,
Filler.
looking back, that's one of my fondest memories before the pandemic. You can say, I really pushed myself out of my comfort zone, or you can say, I really pushed myself to try something new. And I became a little bit more outgoing, and it was actually really fun. And I'm looking forward to going again. I really hope, or I actually am kind of, you know, uh, dying to go surfing again, or itching to go surfing again, whatever you want to say it. Dying is extreme, but you can say itching.
Yes.
So you can say, I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for beaches to open and things to start again, because I really think this time maybe I'll be able to stand up. Yeah. Okay. And then the third part, what do old people like to drink? You said, well, it would really depend on the person. You said the oldest person that comes to my mind would be my grandmother. She likes to drink tea, especially during the afternoon and the evening. You said those were most of the drinks that I see people drinking or consuming, whatever you want to, or partaking in. So this one sounds a little bit part one-ish when you're answering. So let me try to turn it into third person. You said it really depends on the person. We can talk about people. If we're talking about the average older person, I have, it's been observed or most older people appear to drink tea. And you can be very specific here. Hot tea, English tea, iced tea. What kind of tea do they like? Like, I'm addicted to sweet tea. But, British people seem to like tea all the time. Tea with milk, boba tea, whatever you want to do. Just don't say just tea, but give some more. Hibiscus tea? Come on, Jeff. Okay, you can say hibiscus tea and throw out how wonderful your pronunciation is. You said during the afternoon and the evening. And you said on top of that, a lot of older people seem to like to relax, and that's kind of synonymous with drinking alcohol, like beer and wine, because they're retired. They can do that. And then you said, I said, what must old people not drink? You said, well, I think if an elderly, so if you want to say, there's two ways to say it. I think if you're an elderly person, so you want to put person, or you can say, if you're elderly, not an, but just elderly. So when you put an elderly, then you need to put person, because elderly is the adjective. So you need a noun to go with the adjective. But if you want to just use it, if you're elderly, and you have certain conditions, you said it would be best not to drink any alcoholic or sugary beverages. Here, you did a perfect part 3. You didn't mention I, me. You said it will be best to just stick to water to replenish your fluids. So yeah, this is a great answer. Very good. And you can also talk about, those sugary drinks add to weight gain, which is probably
Mm.
not the best thing, diabetes and stuff like that.
Develop
So
diseases.
yeah, you
Yes.
can. Mhm, yeah.
I'm just a bit disappointed that during the part two I still have like 30 something seconds left. Would it be a deduction if I wasn't able to consume the entire 2 minutes?
Definitely, I could say yes because of the fluency. Because you
Mm.
cannot talk, you cannot sustain 2 minutes, so the fluency
Ah,
might be affected.
even I already like gave an answer to those bullets.
It's depends on the examiner because sometimes the
Mm.
examiner will stop you if they're satisfied with your answer or if
Would
they
it
got already answered.
would it be better to give like more answer than less
Yeah,
during
actually, what I could suggest because like what I said, if you're going to talk about local place in the Philippines, please describe. So, for example, La Union, that's in the northern part of the Luzon or the island. You can say in the northern part of the main island of the Philippines, and you talk
Yes.
about the paddleboard you rented. So you can tell us about the money that you paid for that. How much?
Yeah. And your who? You just
Mm.
said my friends, but are they your girlfriends? Are they your college friends? Are they your childhood friends? You can give some more details about which one of them twisted your arm and made you go,
Yeah.
or, did they already have surfing experience or not? Were they newbies like you, or were they
Mm.
experienced?
And also, since this is surfing, when is the best time to do surfing? Like it's a monsoon type of weather. No,
Mm.
which
I
what
see.
month is the best place to go there to do surfing?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Good. And then the last one, how important is it for a country to protect bodies of water despite community or economic development? You said when it comes to protecting our waters, so we use protect and protect. So when it comes to conserving or, gosh, I can't think of a better word than protecting, but let's just use it. But you did a great job of restructuring the sentence. When it comes to protecting our waters, our government actually has several projects when it comes to that already. So don't say when it comes, when it comes. You can say with regard to that or in place already. You said it would be best to preserve them so that the future generations can enjoy them. And then you talked about, and for the water creatures to be able to, you know, repopulate,
Reproduce.
reproduce.
I
That's
was still
exact. I mean,
thinking
that's
of the
right.
better term.
No, no, no. You don't want them to become extinct. So, and you can say, and honestly, you could say, and let's be honest, without water, we die. So if we do not protect water, keep it safe, keep it clean, we do not have any other options. Water is not an infinite, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly or not. A lot of people take water for advantage, like it is an infinite resource. And in reality, it's not. Um, as if we continue to pollute our water like we are doing now, so you can use those if water is gone, if clean water disappears, what will happen? So you can use that kind of scenario. So if you don't know how to explain why it's important, so what would happen without it? So tell me what happens without it if you don't know how to explain the other part. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I know you're sleepy. I'll let you go to bed.
I'm sorry.
No, no,
And
you're fine.
and on the
I'd
last
really like to improve.
part of
Go
your
ahead, sir.
part
Sorry.
three, Michelle, I think the answer is how. But you describe about
Yeah,
preservation. Think of a
as
way.
I as I speak, I already
It's
noticed that I'm
okay.
going in
Well, it
the
says
wrong direction.
it says how important is it? So that's asking for a degree of importance. It's mildly important,
Yeah.
it's not important, it's
Mm.
extremely important. It's of the utmost importance. So it's number 1. Like without water, hands down, we're done. We'd have to move to another planet. So, which we can't
Yes.
Okay.
do.
So
So,
yeah,
Thank
that's
you
all,
so
Mandy.
much. I
thank you
learned
for
a lot.
Okay,
coming.
but
Thank you
Yeah, go
so
overall,
get
I
your
like
sleep.
much.
the way you speak, And your pronunciation, it's okay, very calm. The pacing is good.
She's very
So
good at
overall, okay.
restructuring her sentences too. Like the sentence structure is not the common constant, like I like this happens, this happens. She does as a result, when it comes to, because of, she starts her sentences in different ways. So that's good.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's all for tonight, Mandy and IFNG members. So thank you. Have a great day. Have a great night. Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.